We've been treated to some excellent races so far this weekend from both our Formula Regional Americas Championship drivers and these youngsters in the F4 U.S. Championship, and looking for more of the same. That's your 19-car field. The light sequence has begun. The engine's on the rev limiter, and we are away. Everybody gets away cleanly. Lochie Hughes gets the point. Ryan Shehan right in behind him in second spot. Alex Berg and Bryson Morris squabbling over third as they work their way down toward turn number 1. This is a 30-minute timed race. Round number 12 of 18 on the season, and our finale for this weekend. We've been treated to one of the closest finishes in the history of our championship, and we started back in 2016, 38 thousandths of a second in our first race of the weekend. Let's see if we have more of the same coming up, as Lochie Hughes leads the parade through turn 4 and down into turn number 5 on this first lap. Ryan Shehan coming under some pressure from Alex Berg. Berg trying to go alongside as they make their way toward turn 6. Berg falls back into third spot. Behind him, Bryson Morris, Gabriel Fonseca, Noah Ping, and Matt Christensen. Everybody line astern, working through turn 7 and 8. That decreasing radius right-hander, and then they have to switch to the left and through that horseshoe turn at turn 10, which brings them up the little bit of a rise and into the S's, under the bridge and back onto the front straightaway to complete the first racing lap. Hughes and Shehan at the point, a little bit of a gap back to Alex Berg in third as they come to the line. Right behind Berg is the 76 of Gabriel Fonseca. He sets fast lap of the race on the first lap. Bryson Morris right behind him. Fonseca thinking about making a pass as he dived down to the inside. Berg driving defensively in the run down toward turn number 1. Bryson Morris second in the points, a winner already this weekend. Actually, 2 second place finishes already this weekend, looking to be a winner this weekend. But Bryson Morris, second in the points, only 4 back of Lochie Hughes. The front 2 have gotten away just a bit. Lochie Hughes and Ryan Shehan opening up just a little bit of a gap over Alex Berg, still running in third, and Berg has got company right behind him. Watching the leaders as they bend it through turns 8 and 9, a 2-horse race at the front, as we saw in the Formula Regional Americas race just concluded prior to the lunch break. Management of the tires is going to be crucial here. And he or she who leads at the early stages, not necessarily the one to lead when it's all done. Hughes and Shehan, the winners so far this weekend. This is the rubber match to see who is going to make it happen. Right behind him, Alex Berg and Bryson Morris go side by side down into turn number 1. They're still side by side. Morris on the inside, Berg on the outside. Louka St-Jean involved in a spin down at turn 1, but has continued in the 98 car. No change in the order as Berg and Morris coming out of turn 1 in the same order they entered. Alex Berg in the 08 car, hanging on to that spot. Lucas Fecury involved in that spin for Louka St-Jean. They made contact, we're told. Fecury in the 55 car for Crosslink Kiwi. Louka in the 98 for Jay Howard, but both have been able to continue. As we watch the battle at the front, Ryan Shehan right on the tail of our points leader, Lochie Hughes. Ryan notching his first win of his career in the series in round 10. As the battle is rejoined for third between Berg and Bryson Morris. Berg guarding the inside, Morris trying to go around the outside. Can't quite seal the deal. As Berg holding on to the preferred line. And make it through turns 1 and 2, and then the chicane in turn 3 leads them on to a bit of a straightaway towards turn 4. Right there is where we pick them up as they pop out from behind the building. Gabriel Fonseca with a spin at turn 1 and has continued, and here comes Louka St-Jean with an issue as he is into the pits. St-Jean in the 98 with that spin and contact earlier on. Crew having a look at the right front corner. It looks like Louka St-Jean's day is done as he climbs out of the car. Too much damage to repair to get them back into the race. Tough break for Louka. He was running in 8th place, 7th place at the time of that incident. The battle is on for the lead. Lochie Hughes guarding the inside line. Ryan Shehan goes alongside. They are side by side into turn number 1. Lochie Hughes able to hang on to it. Side by side are Berg and Morris right behind him as well. Lochie Hughes in the J. Howard number 6. Ryan Shehan in the Crosslink Kiwi number 66. Side by side for the win, or for the lead, I should say, and maybe potentially the win. And we have a change for third as Bryson Morris was able to get around Alex Berg to take over that 3rd spot. Noah Ping right behind Alex Berg in 5th now. As the top 5 with a little gap back to Matt Christensen. Matt looking for a better finish here as he has not had the weekend he would like. Again, he's in the top 5 in the points, but the best he could muster so far this weekend is an 8th and a 9th. So Matt Christensen in the velocity, number 45, hoping for a better finish here, currently in that 6th spot. Here come the leaders, up out of turn number 10, into the S's. New 3rd place runner, Bryson Morris. Does he have anything to say for the drivers at the front? Lochie Hughes immediately goes to the inside to cover that inside line. Ryan Shehan goes alongside him. Shehan with maybe a nose ahead, but Hughes late on the brakes, able to keep him to the outside through turn 1. Bryson Morris closing on them in 3rd spot. Alex Berg and Noah Ping also side by side for 4th and 5th. Artie Flores sets his personal best in 7th position. He's some 4 seconds adrift of Matt Christensen. Alex Berg holding on to that 4th spot with Noah Ping right behind him. But Lochie Hughes has got his mirrors full of 2 Crosslink Kiwi teammates. Ryan Shehan, a winner already this weekend, and Bryson Morris, a 2-time podium finisher. And we have contact to 2 cars spinning at turn 5. See the car numbers. It's one of the J. Howard drivers. There are 2 cars involved. And then the pace car will accelerate away from the field, turning it over to our leader. Lochie Hughes, I'm sure cognizant of where he may begin to accelerate, and that's at the bridge. He was first across the line by the slimmest of margins in the first race of the weekend, but we had a red flag and he started accelerating too early and eventually passed the safety car in the pit lane, and that resulted in a 5-second time penalty, which took him from 1st position to 6th. So Lochie certainly will be aware of the situation and will need to wait to accelerate until they get to the bridge. Safety car is in the pit lane. There goes the 76 of Fonseca trying to stay ahead of the leaders. And they're accelerating toward the green flag. Green is out. Side by side is Ryan Shehan with Lochie Hughes. Hughes once again guarding the inside. Shehan gets a pretty good run as they head down toward turn number 1. It's 2 by 2, and as they leave my view, they were still side by side. We'll sort them out as they come out of the chicane at turn 3 and pop back into our view. From my vantage point, the restart looked clean. Lochie Hughes immediately taking the field to the inside as the battle is for second. Bryson Morris and Ryan Shehan are nose to tail. Hughes with maybe a 3-car length advantage as those two Westling Kiwi teammates are squabbling, and right behind them side by side with Alex Berg and Noah Ping. Berg with a nose ahead in that 4th spot, but Noah Ping and Matt Christensen, the 2 teammates from Velocity, right behind Alex Berg. The field up into turn 8 and 9 now as they approach the Devil's Elbow, turn 10. They climb up a slight rise and then pop back into view right at turn 11. The top 3 about equally spaced, and then a little gap back to Alex Berg with Noah Ping right on his gearbox. Here they come onto the front straightaway. Lochie Hughes doing a little weaving, but doesn't have to be too defensive. But here comes Berg and Ping. Ping to the outside, Berg to the inside. Down into turn number 1. Berg gets a nose ahead. It looks like he's able to hang on to that 4th spot. Just about 12 minutes remaining in this one. Top 3 about equally spaced. Hughes, Shehan, and Morris. Then a gap back to Alex Berg. Noah Ping and Matt Christensen are now embroiled in an inter-team battle. Understand that Maddie Aust had an off at turn 9. Or no, that was Carl Bennett, forgive me, at turn 9. Being told by the race director there's a little bit of debris offline right at the bridge, and so the teams are instructing their drivers to be cognizant of that as they approach that area. It's the top 3, like you say, about evenly spaced, and the battle for 4th is a good one, a 3-way battle. Berg, Ping, and Christensen. Here come the leaders down the front straightaway. Nothing imminent there, but the battle for 4th once again is rejoined. This time, Alex Berg fades to driver's right as Noah Ping tries to go side by side once again. Through turn number 1, Berg able to maintain his position for the moment. Down to 11 and a half minutes remaining. Was able to get around Alex Berg. So Noah Ping moving up into 4th spot. And we have 2 more cars off at turn 5. Same place where we saw an incident earlier, but both are continuing, at the moment at least, off into the grass, trying to get back onto the racetrack. The yellow flag has been withdrawn, so no stoppage, but 2 cars spinning into turn number 5. Sort it out as they come back. We see a cloud of dust back at about turn 7 as someone has dropped a wheel off. Meanwhile, here come the leaders. No change in the order. Hughes, Shehan, and Morris, but a new 4th place runner. Noah Ping now up into that spot, then Alex Berg, then the 45 of Matt Christensen. But behind them, Artie Flores and Carl Bennett go side by side in the battle for 7th. The 5 car of Earl Tucker into the pit lane, shaking his head. Looks like that may be day over for him. The 55 of Louka Fecury, understanding having contact with another car. He is back in 14th spot. Comes the lead battle, no change there. Nobody close enough to mount a challenge at the moment. About 8 minutes left. Noah Bing and Alex Berg, followed by Matt Christensen, followed by the 4 of Seth Brown. Artie Flores falling back to 8th, so Brown able to move up a spot. Moving Artie Flores in the Ganella number 22. Back into 8th spot. Oliver Westling continues his march toward the front. His last lap, a 25.8. Flores' last lap, a 27.3. So Oliver Westling looking for an 8th place finish here pretty shortly. No change in the top 3. The battle behind for 4th and 5th is still good. Ping and Berg just reversed positions a lap ago. But Alex Berg stayed right with Noah Ping. The 5 car of Earl Tucker retiring to the paddock. Apparently some suspension damage. He is not going to be able to continue. So his debut weekend not ending quite the way he had hoped. But he should come away with some good experience. He did have 1 points paying finish, a 5th in round number 10. It's just an instant replay of the top 3. There's been no change for a while. The battle for 4th going Noah Ping's way as he's able to stretch his advantage, but behind him, the 45 of Matt Christensen and the 4 of Seth Brown. Brown ducks to the inside at the last moment, but not quite close enough to make a pass. Seth Brown just sets the fastest lap of the race for that number 4 car from 7th position. So Matt Christensen needs to keep his eyes on the mirrors as Seth Brown coming for potentially a 6th place. Hughes, Shehan, and Morris into turn 5. Ping and Berg a little further apart. That great battle behind, though, Matt Christensen and Seth Brown continues. Seth Brown right on the gearbox of Matt Christensen, dropping a wheel off at the exit of turn 5. Artie Flores and Oliver Westling equally in a good battle for 8th and 9th. Carl Bennett in the last points-paying position in the number 9 car for Ganella. Here come the top 3. The clock counting down to about 5.5 minutes as they come to the line. Biding their time. 4th and 5th, no change. Seth Brown still behind Matt Christensen. And on the last lap, he mounted a challenge. I don't think he's close enough to try that again. But just behind him, Westling going after Artie Flores. Oliver Westling in the number 2 for Jensen. Making a bid into turn number 1 against the Ganella number 22 of the Mexican, Artie Flores. We'll see if he's been able to make that pass. Flores still with the position. Westling right behind him. And a little bit of a gap back to Carl Bennett, Flores' teammate, on the Ganella Racing stable. Louka Fecury moving around Jack Zheng. Fecury up into 13th spot. Gabriel Fonseca, a distant 15th in the 76 car. He came in for some repairs. And he has gone a lap down as the leader's coming onto the front straightaway. 3.5 minutes remaining as we've completed race lap 16. Seth Brown still with some interest on that 6th spot from Matt Christensen, but not close enough to mount a battle. But the battle between Westling and Flores still side by side as they head down into turn number 1. Almost identical lap times for those two. Westling maybe a 10th quicker on that last lap. Christensen and Brown, then Flores and Westling. And those great 2x2 battles. As they're battling between them, Maddie Aust in the 09 up to 11th. Maddie in a position to score points, and they would be her first points of her freshman campaign. So Madison Aust only one position out of a points-paying spot. If anybody has a problem in front of her, or she's able to get up and do battle with those two, she could find herself in the points for the first time. Bryson Morris falling off the back of the battle at the front just a tad as we're getting down to the knockings. Just about 2 minutes remaining. Confirmation from timing, we will see the white flag next time by. Oliver Westling going to one side of the track, then the other, looking for a way around Artie Flores. Westling around the outside, and Maddie Aust is right there. Carl Bennett as well. Flores, Westling, Bennett, and Aust all in a train for 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th. That battle just now coming into turn 5. No change in position. Maddie Aust right on the back. Or Carl Bennett, excuse me, right on the back of Oliver Westling. Then Maddie Aust just a couple car lengths further back. Leaders will be coming to the white flag. 1 lap to go. Lochie Hughes looking for his 2nd win on the weekend. Would be his 4th win on the season. To stretch his points lead right now, he looks unassailable. A couple lapped cars moving aside to let the leaders come through. No positions in close contention except this battle we've been watching between Flores, Westling, and Bennett as they come across the line for the final time, heading down into turn number 1. The top 3 toward turn number 5. Looks like plain sailing for Lochie Hughes. Noah Ping it's solidly in 4th spot with Alex Berg behind. We understand we have a car off at turn 1, so we're going to get the checkers this time anyway. Checkered flag about to come out again. We see the leaders coming under the bridge. Lochie Hughes. As we have emergency vehicles on the track at turn 1. Race directors on the radio to these drivers, letting them know they can come across the line, but then they need to reduce their speed so they can get through that incident.
It was very tough out there. This place is hard on tires, and that was the first time we used a set of tires that had already done a race. So it was horrible, to be honest, out there. You're just waiting on the car everywhere because you just got no tire grip. So happy to bring it home for the win. It was tough there at the start. Ryan was all over me, and then it was red flagged, and we had to do a safety car restart. So I just reset and put my head down and did the job.
Nice. Bryson Morris, there's 3 podiums for you this weekend?
Yes, sir.
How was it out there?
Yeah, it was a good race once again.
take the good points. Just didn't quite have it at the end to fight with the 2 up front. It's pretty similar to race 1 actually. So I mean, just happy with the points and on to the next weekend.
How was the tire deg for you?
Yeah, I mean, it was tough again. Just having to go on the tires from all over the weekend just to try to get the best grip out of them. Just struggling with rear grip this time. Yesterday was the front grip, so made some improvements there, but you know, it's still a tough race.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Let's get our podium celebration underway. It's the usual suspects once again. Third place finisher Bryson Morris, ladies and gentlemen. It was kind of a parade for the top 3. You guys just couldn't seem to get close enough to mount a challenge.
Yeah, it's like we had each other and who had the fastest lap on the front. You know, I was trying to follow behind, trying to actually be as fast as I can, but at the end I just didn't have it.
You're still right in the thick of the points battle. Anybody you'd like to thank?
Yeah, everyone at Crossing Pool Motorsports, my mom, my dad, my coach, Nick Johnson.
So turn it back to Nashville.
Thank you.
Bryson Morris, ladies and gentlemen, your third place finisher, his 8th podium on the season. Let's bring up his teammate, Ryan Shehan, second place. Congratulations on the second place finish. I know you'd like to be one better, but like I was talking to Bryson, looks like you guys were pretty evenly matched.
Yeah, after the restart, it seemed like we all just had an even gap. Couldn't really make any time, gain any time. But yeah, it was a good race. Obviously, we want to win, but everyone was just too equally matched today.
Pretty good run of podiums this weekend. Anybody you'd like to thank?
Yeah, the whole Crossing Kiwi team, my mechanic Eric, my parents, all my sponsors, Stilo, Louka St-Jean, my pathfinders. Nothing wouldn't be possible, so thank you.
Congratulations. Ryan Shehan, ladies and gentlemen, 6th podium on the season, and he notched his first win this weekend. Win number 4, ladies and gentlemen, for the Australian Lochie Hughes. Not a bad weekend, all things considered.
Yeah, apart from the first race, so yeah, happy. I can't ask for more really this weekend. Obviously, the first race was my fault, so made sure I didn't do that in the safety car restart then. But yeah, to get pole, 3 race wins, it's yeah, can't ask for more.
Anybody to thank?
I just thank everyone at the development. Yeah, this is important for them, so thank you.
Congratulations. Lochie Hughes, ladies and gentlemen, 2-time winner on the weekend. Actually crossed the line in the front in all 3 races. 4 wins on the season for Lochie. Trophies overhead, gentlemen. Thank you very much. DJ hats on them. Thanks, Max. If you're